with what Lucas is doing. The short course was here prior to Lucas's tenure at taking it over, which got everybody kind of up and excited about it. But what Lucas brings to it is the stability. And as a manufacturer, as a sponsor, that's what we want. We want to know that we can invest our advertising dollars and sponsorship dollars into a series that's going to be here next year and the year after. With the growth that we're seeing, that they're doing with the new facilities and new venues, the television packages, it's great. But yeah, Lucas Ads brings us a platform in which to bring that to the people, and a comfort level as far as the monies that we're going to invest to do that. So yeah, it's a great. It also out of the short course. I think the enthusiasm about the off-road racing also brings some more eyes to even the desert racing. So it's good all around. For me, the opportunity to race short course and to be able to compete in that has made me a much better desert racer, I believe. It has slowed the desert way down. The 15, 16 laps that we do in short course is so compact, there's so much going on. It wasn't until my 5th or 6th race that I felt like the race was in front of me instead of behind me, because you're still just trying not to get ran over or get in anybody's way. It's a great industry. The off-road racing industry, the motorsports industry is a great industry. Our heart and soul is truly in the desert. That has translated. When I took over the business in '99, it didn't take me about 3 months to figure out we weren't going to make a living selling seats to desert racers. Probably the most underfunded motorsports there is. But so we came out with some products based on what we'd learned in the desert and in off-roading for the Jeep market, and the safety things that we'd learned. We added the restraints to the line back in 2000, 2001. And it's just built and grown from there. It is my passion, especially the desert racing, the short course racing. We're not making a product that gets to the masses, but it still gets our message out as well. We not only do for the military, but the recreational off-road, the recreational Jeeper, early Bronco guy that's out there wheeling gets to benefit from our products as well. So this is a way for us to get that message out. Well, Mastercraft was started back in 1970 by a gentleman named Jack Miller, who was also an off-road racer. And it's kind of an interesting story. He actually had an upholstery shop, and a gentleman came in and wanted some seats upholstered, and Jack was a racer, and they used hard shell seats back then. And suspension wasn't quite what it is today, and these seats were a little bit unique. So Jack happened to ask them, "What are these seats? What are they used for?" Well, they're suspension seats. They're out of a helicopter. And he said, "Well, why do you need seats like this in your helicopter?" He said, "Well, sometimes we land really hard." And Jack thought to himself, "Well, sometimes we land really hard in the desert as well." So that's how the Mastercraft suspension seat was born. Yeah, we actually kind of kept that quiet for a long time. Didn't want to use the fact that we did provided seats to the military and exploit that in any way. But our suspension seat has a unique ability to mitigate energy. And with the conflicts over in Iraq and Afghanistan, with IEDs, what was happening to the soldiers in the early 2000s, 2001, 2002, the military needed a vehicle and that would help save the lives of the soldiers. Jack Miller, the founder of Mastercraft, was all about safety. He had one of the first pits. He provided a pit. He provided the fuel blankets. They had an issue back then with the way they were fueling the cars then and dumping fuel on the drivers. He created a fuel blanket for that. His passion was for safety. Mastercraft's not really mine. I just get to drive it for a while and kind of taking it over. From a business standpoint, you have to continue to grow and change, but also this is our heart and soul. It is our passion. I go out and race. These guys, Robbie McCachran, the LeDukes, whoever. These are my friends. I want them using the best. I know the speeds they do. I know the dangers that are out there, and I want these guys using the best. I want to be able to look them straight in the face and know that we're putting out the best product that we can. So with that comes the testing and the through FMVSS or through FIA, through TRL, the testing that we do to our seats to make sure they're absolutely the safest they can possibly be and providing as much protection as they can. No different than the restraints. Yeah, these seats here are getting ready. They're just finalizing assembly. They'll move into final packaging. These are pretty much our pride and joy. These are our military seats. We produce about 120 assemblies like this a day. With the conflicts that are going on overseas, it's pretty imperative that we meet our schedules and our commitments to our customers. We're supplying the seats and trucks to our soldiers overseas. So yeah, it's a pretty diverse that we're doing seats for the military and also off-road racing, but you know, the similarities are there. The hostile conditions, the time spent in the seat, so we're glad that we can be a part of that. Yeah, we try to, you know, very proud. The employees here, the 80-some employees here, you know, the racing gets the big name, but we try to share the letters that we get from the soldiers. We try to make sure everybody understands the importance almost on a daily, weekly basis of what they're doing, so that they have that sense of pride as well, and they do. Like I said before, we're fortunate enough to have some of the best racers in the world using our seats, but the soldiers are where it counts. You know, we're doing something that matters and has an effect on the citizens of the United States and the soldiers that we send over there to protect us.